It's going good.
You want to thank him?
Thank you, Sean and Brandon. I appreciate you letting me on.
Of course.
Oh, thanks for being here.
How's it going?
What's going on?
I've been. I don't. Hold on.
Okay. Sorry, she's probably not going to be able to do too much talking because this is such a fresh situation for her that it still causes a very visceral reaction. She'll get sick when she gets to thinking about it.
Okay.
I am her husband.
Okay.
After watching Sean Atwood's video with Anya Wick, my wife started having some downloads come in from her past trauma. She was sexually abused from the age of 9 to 12. And then they were kind of grooming her and lining her up to get in to the Disney Channel. And like she was in modeling and dancing and cheerleading. She comes from some pretty prominent families in our area. Many of them have been involved in politics and education, healthcare, legal system. So there's a lot of ties there. One of the things we started putting together after the fact was that she has actually been to New Albany.
When she was younger?
To the ranch there. And when I showed her the picture of it, she's like, well, I'm going to shit if there's a stable or whatever right across from the house. And as soon as we seen the picture of Epstein's estate, that's exactly what it was. And she started puking yet again. Like a lot of the things that she's been able to uncover in her memory directly link her to a lot of very prominent people. And there's a lot of connections, ritualistic abuse.
So what we're saying before we go any further is, you watched an episode with the Sean Atwood, and that unlocks like repressed memories.
Yes,
from her childhood.
She's been involved in the mental health whole thing for a long time. Like once they realized they couldn't keep control of her, they did everything they could to drive her crazy. They had her on a bunch of medications, like 32 medications at one point, and from psych meds to pain meds to, they were just trying to keep her addicted hardcore to anything that would keep her from being able to regain her memory.
And did this start? Do you have an idea of when that started with the drugs? Was this like when she was 12, 13, or
much younger? Like apparently there was a special gummy that she had to take every night when it come to vitamin time or whatever. Her sister would get regular vitamins, but she would get a gummy. And she was like, okay, whatever. She didn't think anything of it. She was young. She didn't. Well, there's all. Oh, she's trying to see if she can talk now.
Okay. Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so sick.
You're okay.
But my great uncle would also give me a purple drink, and he said it was prune juice, but it would fizz, and I've never seen prune juice ever fizz. But it was right before I would go to sleep, and he would I'd go to sleep, and he would sexually abuse me. I've also seen a couple of people at my great uncle's house that are Galen Maxwell and Epstein was in
she's saying she's seen them?
Yeah. Now to give a little background on this, like the veil was pulled over her so tightly with the drugs and stuff that she didn't recognize these people when they were in news cycles now, right? But when I showed her a picture of them back in 1988, 1990,
right,
that's the reaction I got. Like the second she seen it, she'd slap the phone out of my hand and reach for the trash can and start puking.
Have you guys considered going to the authorities with this?
we're so afraid to right now because, like, you know, the person himself that did this is now dead. The other one's locked up, and we've also been able to put some other connections together that link her to famous people she's spent time with. Some that are still currently with us, and some that have already been kind of taken out for trying to expose.
What?
Don't want to get any names on that quite yet. If that's something you're intrigued by, we can definitely try to make contact in other ways and help blow this up a little bit more. But
What
at
happens?
this point, we're not totally sure that it's safe to do that.
Well, I understand, and I mean, I don't really.
But
I don't
Yeah,
trust
I will
by
say
all
this.
means, don't disclose anything that you're worried about
Yeah.
publicly. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go on.
Oh,
What is your?
and honestly, that's probably a good time to have caught me because I was about ready to say that some of the connections that are publicly known go a lot deeper than what they want to let on. But we in our deep dive here to try to figure out all the answers to it, we started going through and checking names from people in her family. They're tied into education, legal. One of them was a pharmacist for our local, and that sounds really weird, but if you know anything about refining systems, they have to, whatever, like he was a pharmacist for the local refinery. Two people in her bloodline down both sides have both been mayor. Some by marriage, some by actual blood, but yeah, it goes deep.
Well,
It goes
yeah,
really,
these
really,
things
really
do.
deep.
Do you talk to family about this?
The family already knows, and they did everything they could to hide it because of the prominent name. And that's pretty much why they drugged her the whole time. And now they've admitted they know that something happened, but there's not really too much to do because the person that did this is now deceased, at least family wise is now deceased.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like okay, well now it's gone, it's no big deal, right? They seriously tried to paint her off as crazy for a long time. They took her kids from her for like 8 years, and they did all kinds of things to try to paint her off as crazy so that anything she would say would just be like, oh, well, that's just Monica. It's like,
How's her sister?
her sister's like a little older than her, but she never had any issues as far as we know. Yeah, God, I really wish we could just blow the lid completely off, but
Yeah, we don't want to make any
mean,
you don't want to make any crazy accusations and say names, just yet.
oh yeah,
That-
definitely,
for
because
your own
that
safety.
could definitely have people knocking on our door the next day, and we don't want that neither.
Yeah.
Depending on the information, they'd be knocking on your door tonight.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, true that. So we're definitely willing to try, because it almost seems like it was a God sent thing. I promise you, and we've got receipts. We could seriously sit down and break this whole thing down and show how it all lines up. And it's not just on her end, it's also on my end as well. Like, at least some of it. Like my family, her family, both go back to Operation Paperclip. We're both subjects of MK Ultra.
How so with you?
What was that?
How so with you with MK Ultra?
I was part of the GATE program.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And I have a feeling that if you know anything about the Encirca, I don't know if I want to say conspiracy, but the Encirca route of how they use that in Operation Paperclip to bring people over and all that kind of stuff, like that tracks all the way back to my family as well.
Okay.
Her great grandfather, she's got a lot of names are well known. At least one name that is almost nationally known in her family as well. Like it's crazy how this stuff all ties together, but it could be linked to local credit unions, schools, mental health,
But thank
poli-
you for Charlie.
politics,
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, if you guys have, if you're on Twitter, hit me up, and I'll see what you have, and we can talk. And I want to hear more, despite how horrific it sounds. And we can go from there.
It's been a month and a half since we started unfolding a lot of this, and we did reach out to Sean Atwood. He did reach back out to us at one point, but he never really got back to us a second time around to try to. I figured if anyone would be able to help connect us to somebody that could potentially help blow this up, it might be him. And we was really hoping that maybe he'd get us in contact with Anya so that they could compare some notes. But I guess if that's going to happen, it's all going to be done in due time, right?
You can, yeah, and
Who Max is.
hit me up on Twitter. And maybe I have someone in mind I can maybe link you up with.
And that would be amazing because
I'm not on Twitter, though.
I'm on Twitter.
Okay.
Because part of the big concern here is the fact that she has 2 kids and we have 4 grandchildren, and we just want to make sure that they're all safe from the abuse. Like her kids have already been kind of hit by it, but our grandchildren is what we're trying to keep safe.
Yep.
So that's pretty much what's inspiring her to go out and tell her story. Plus, I mean, I think it's about time the truth comes out about how deep it goes. I mean, when banking, and this is locally, like local credit unions, local branch of the United Telephone Company, like it really goes deep. And then they had her lined up to get into the entertainment industry. We're not totally sure. I mean, she remembers an owl, if that tells you anything. A big owl, if that tells you anything.
It doesn't.
And she also remembers some meetups with people that are in the entertainment industry now that are still, some currently still alive, and some of them have passed, for basically trying to expose the same thing. She's ready to just try to do her part in bringing the truth out, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm interested in hearing more. It's horrible, and unfortunately, these things. There's a lot of stories throughout in recent history of how widespread this network is. Not just Epstein, but a lot of stuff that's tied to. I can't think of the name, but there was like a bank. I want to say Missouri had a lot of weird ties to trafficking children. I'm trying to find it right now.
Well, the one that her family was involved in was actually absorbed by another one here locally, but I have a feeling that may all tie in as well. So,
well, I'd like to see some help for her. It sounds terrible, and what little I can
she's
help.
Actually been doing pretty good. Like the only time she really gets like she's getting denied is when she really just starts to getting into thinking about it and stuff. But other than that, it was actually kind of freeing for her. The second she really started getting to the bottom of some of the stuff, a lot of her health issues that she was having also seemed to melt off. And I promise you, like I sat and watched it myself, like to go from being a stroke patient and being in physical therapy and all that kind of stuff to try to get back to functional.
Complex PTSD.
She has complex PTSD that causes seizures. She had a stroke in the middle of one of them and stuff. And Well, that's no longer an issue. Once she kind of freed her soul of the things tearing at it, all the physical symptoms just melted off. She dropped her cane like Tiny Tim and started walking. It was pretty cool to watch, actually.
So hopefully, the more you guys can expose it, the better you get. But I understand the reservations because it's a crazy type. Anytime people go up against this type of story, I know there's always like suspicions on, is it real? Is it not? And it's it's valid to think those questions. But I've seen so many of these stories. We report on stories like this all the time, and you see how many children are kidnapped and put into these situations. You see like Corey Feldman talking about it. People think he's crazy, but people thought he was crazy years ago. And then the deeper we get into the Epstein world and those connections, people are willing to believe that stuff is true. I think a lot of people don't want to confront it because it is a reality. We have been, as humans, sacrificing children for thousands of years. And we know evil people exist. And unfortunately, they're in every single institution. So, if you want to hit me up, we can talk. I'll see what you got, and maybe I can point you in a better direction.
Yes, that would be great. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
I'm looking you up on Twitter right now.
Yeah, we're getting a hold of you right now.
All right. I will. I'll talk to you guys later then.
Thank you so much,
and
Shane.
God bless.
All
Thank you so much.
Of course. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, man. It's dark. I mean, that is what True Detective Season 1 is all about. And a lot of that was written based on a lot of real things. And if you think back to True Detective Season 1, politicians, corrupt churches, corrupt police, corrupt banks. I know that's just TV, guys, but it's based on real events.